Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to the Level Up ID channel. This time we're even more excited. Because yesterday, after we discussed the Windows 11 update that we installed on an Android phone, this time we'll give an update on Windows 10 that we installed on an Android phone. After in several previous videos we discussed the Windows 11 update that we installed directly on the smartphone we used, which is the Mi Mix 2S. This time we'll give an update on Windows 10 which performs much faster and is also much lighter compared to Windows 11. Actually, we already discussed Windows 10 about 9 months ago as well, although its performance was really unstable. We used it for browsing for just a short while and the phone already got hot. When we tried running applications, it also felt laggy and we tried running it. Light gaming like Need for Speed Most Wanted from 2005 was about all we could run, but it turns out that in this update, the performance of Windows that we installed directly on the Android phone has improved very significantly. Just like in the Windows 11 version in Windows 10 as well, the components in this phone are now also active. Starting from the touchscreen, which we can now use just like in the Windows 11 version, the touchscreen can now be used. So, we can navigate this phone without using a mouse and keyboard anymore. If 9 months ago we had to use a mouse and keyboard to control or navigate the smartphone where we installed Windows, now we don't need the mouse and keyboard anymore. Because now we can use the touchscreen, we can select things using the touchscreen. You can right click on the desktop, open and close applications, and you can also drag and drop files or applications using the touchscreen, which is now active. And this does feel lighter compared to the previous Windows 11. Then components like Bluetooth are also already active. Now we can connect this phone to devices that use Bluetooth. Let's try connecting it to the mechanical keyboard we're using. And it works, awesome. Then we try typing in Microsoft Word and it works normally. If you use it for typing, there are no issues at all, guys. Then, the Wi-Fi on this phone also works now. Previously, we had to use a LAN cable when we wanted to connect to the internet, but now we can just connect to our Wi-Fi without having to use a cable anymore. Then here you can also see that the GSM signal is already active, but unfortunately it still can't connect to the internet. If there are any updates, we'll share them with you guys. Unfortunately, just like in the Windows 11 version, the speaker here still doesn't work even though we've already updated to the latest driver version. But since we were able to use the Bluetooth earlier, we can connect this phone to the Bluetooth speaker we have. Let's just try connecting it to the Bluetooth speaker and it works. Now let's try playing a video on YouTube and great, you can hear the sound, it works well. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to the Level Up ID channel. As usual, at the beginning of every month, we're back with the Makeover New Desktop segment, episode 15. And the most important update in our opinion right now is battery performance, with battery life improving significantly. Previously, the phone where we installed Windows could only last about 1 hour when used for browsing and downloading files. This time we can do the same things and it can last 4 or even 5 hours. That's really awesome. This is because the components in this phone can now work more optimally. For example, the brightness can now be controlled, whereas before we couldn't adjust it. It used to be automatically set to maximum brightness, but this time we can lower or increase the brightness as we want, guys. And because the battery lasts longer, this phone also stays cooler compared to before, when it would already feel very hot after just a short use. This time, even after using it for hours to download games, it's still very comfortable to use. Its performance on Windows 10 is clearly lighter compared to Windows 11 before. You can see that the RAM usage and CPU usage are lower, which means you can run and open more applications. Compared to Windows 11, it also feels more responsive than the previous Windows 11. But strangely, when we run the Cinebench R 11.5 benchmark, the result is actually lower compared to the previous Windows 11 with a difference of about 0.07 points compared to Windows 11. So how about application compatibility? Can we install applications on this Windows 10 just like on Windows 11? The answer is the same because this Windows 10 also uses the ARM architecture, so you can install ARM-based applications as well as x86 or 32-bit applications. If you use it to run applications like Office, it's really comfortable too. You can use Microsoft Word, Excel, and even PowerPoint without any issues at all. And for those who asked yesterday whether this phone can be used to run 3D applications like Blender, the answer is yes, of course. We tried installing and running Blender version 2.8 and it works, although it does feel very laggy when we use the application. So if you ask whether it can run, yes it can, but it's really not usable for running Blender. Then, for those of you who asked yesterday whether it can run Corel applications, the answer is yes. We tried installing and running CorelDRAW X7 and it can run smoothly as well on Windows 10 that we installed on this Android phone, guys. Then yesterday someone also asked whether you can add storage, like using an SD card, flash drive, or maybe other storage. The answer is yes, you can. You can add extra storage. Using an SD card, micro SD, or flash drive will also be detected immediately, just like Windows on a desktop. And one more update that's very important for us, which is that now the GPU on this phone is already active, which means that gaming performance will improve significantly. You can see the gaming performance. We tried running a light game like Need for Speed, Most Wanted. You can see the performance difference is very significant compared to 9 months ago. Guys, then we tried the second game, which is PS 2017 with a 720p resolution. You can see the results here. The FPS averages around 40 to 50 and it's quite playable on the smartphone where we installed Windows 10, guys.
Those come loose and the chase is on. Right place, right time. It was just as well that the defender was on hand to mop it up. Moody. No good.
Won't matter, so what about the temperature? Before we play PES, let's try to measure the temperature at the front. It's about 33 degrees and at the back of this phone, it's about 30 degrees Celsius. Then, after we play PES for about 10 minutes, we'll try to measure it again. And for the front part, it's around 44 to 45 degrees Celsius, while for the back of the smartphone, it's about 40 degrees Celsius. This is a very significant change. Previously, when we used it to play games, it wasn't playable at all and the phone got extremely hot right away. Now we can play games like Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and PES 2017 much more comfortably, guys. For other gaming tests, you can watch the previous video about turning an Android phone into a Steam Deck, and in our next video, we'll do even more complete gaming tests, from light games to more demanding games. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next awesome video. Yes, previously many of you also asked whether we can go back to Android after installing Windows like this. The answer is yes, because we actually installed Windows as a dual boot with Android. So if you want to go back to Android, just restart your smartphone and it will go straight into Android. Even if we do a full install with Windows, we can still go back to Android by flashing or reinstalling Android. Okay guys, so that was the update on Windows 10 that we installed directly on this Android phone we're using. I hope this video is useful for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video on your social media so more people can benefit from this channel. See you in the next video. Peace be upon you. Assalamualaikum.